Okay, greetings, Patriots, Star Cities Lightworkers, and of course our very brave military. Welcome to 1776 United, and we are in a worldwide and galactic revolution. Now, I know a lot of things sound confusing. On one hand, I say, get ready for the new Great Awakening, and on the other hand, I say we're going to have this major, huge meltdown. Now, let me clarify this a little bit for everybody. Yes, we're going to have both, all right? But we do have to, we see that the capitalism system, the SWIFT system through the banking, is melting down. That has to come to an end, and it will come to an end. Soon, you'll see banks close down that are not a tier 1 or have enough gold or precious metals to back their deposits. Therefore, they'll have to shut down. And on the other hand, people are saying, well, there's new banks popping up, and they're doing amazing construction around their area. Okay, that is basically may look like banks, but let's look at it from another point of view. The whole system in the future will not, and we will not, need banks. So they are basically the banks that you think that are being built or being transformed or staying alive based on their gold deposits gold availability for the depositors. They will only transform into be wealth management for your money. Now, all these banks have to crash. They have to either shut the doors or transform into a wealth management operation in order to stay in business. They have to convince you as a depositor or new wealth holder to bring your newfound money and the money that is basically owed to you, that they have taken to begin with. They want you to now trust them in order to, once you do receive your money, to help you with the wealth management based on the new guidelines that they will be issued. Now, all the banking system, as I said, a few times before, the banking system will be put into your Q cards, onto your Q cards, and then, of course, will be attached to your new Q phones or laptops or computers or whatever you're going to have, right? But everybody will have this new Q device that you're going to be able to send money and receive money. The old SWIFT system that takes time and money is gone. There's no qualms about that. There's not even any argument about that anymore because it's disappearing. And as everybody can witness, many, many companies, large and small, are, especially you'll notice in the malls, are closing up. Why? Well, because it's a capitalist system that is dying, okay? So, with all that being said, you're having a meltdown of the old SWIFT system, the old credit cards that everybody seems to have very available and, in their hip pockets or in their wallets everywhere. They may have 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 15 cards that will not be in service anymore. They will have to deal with their quantum financial account that you'll receive. It'll be a digital account that only you, okay, and you the quantum financial system, and God will know. And everybody says, okay, well, that's CBDC. No. They had basically tried to, the WEF had tried to promote and work on the, algorithms of the CBDCs, which was in their term another digital account system that would basically have enslaved the people. That system would have gone on to their computer systems, their mega computer systems, and it would have been able to been controlled by them, which would, if you did not do things or spend money exactly the way they wanted it, you would have credits and whatever else taken off your, it's just basically another form of debt slavery. But the QFS will have your own algorithm or your own frequency attached to it. Nobody else can get into that, okay? Now, they cannot touch what's in your account. QFS account, nobody can get into it except you. But how you spend the money, okay, they will monitor. Now, if you're doing nefarious operations with your money, or quite frankly, when you do go into the RV or have your money exchange or whatever, like everybody's going to have to go through an RV, and everybody's going, that RV is going to be attached to the nesara or gesara algorithms, and everything, including your frequency, will all be set up for you at that time. Now, you will have money in that account, and you will receive more money in that account of years and years only, based on what you do and how beautiful your heart is, on how you will basically help humanity and help the people that are in this system. Now, they will probably give you a list and give everybody a list of companies or old companies that used to be attached to the old matrix that you are not supposed to spend money or invest in or anything like that. So when I say that there will be a crash, yes, it's going to be a world crash, and it's going to be catastrophic worldwide, but it's not going to be for that long. They have to bring it all down to rebuild it, as I had said many, many times before. So what we're looking at right now, we have a two matrix system that we're going to be living through. We will be receiving the RV, but of course they have to announce the EBS, which will be the emergency broadcast system, which will, shut down everything and lock everything down, which should freak out a lot of people for a short period of time. But they cannot do this indefinitely because it's, many people will die. So but they will have to shut it down to give themselves enough time to restart everything through the Odin project, which is the Odin. This is the new quantum financial system that is attached to Odin, and which will not allow through their encryption to have any cabal or what the Space Force had designed or had data mined and collected over the last 10 years. Now, speaking of 10 years, we've all been through this for 10 years, and we should be masterminds at this now because we've had a schooling of 10 years. That gives you a PhD in this matrix system meltdown, and you should not be you shouldn't be asking any more questions because you've had enough schooling for the last 10 years, physically and mentally, Okay, you're here now, you're listening here now on what has been done. You've physically been involved. You've had separation. You've been ridiculed. You've been scorned. You have been lied to, through the 2020 Kool-Aid series. Many, fell for a lot of that shit. And, we're coming out through it. And if you're here now, then you've made it through the worst part of it. And you should be aware enough that, there has to be a whole collapse in the old system. This is how we are able to rebuild the new quantum financial system and leave the old SWIFT system and the old matrix behind. So I hope this clarifies what I'm trying to say. This is not anything that is too scientific. I'm trying to explain this as easy as possible for everybody. You may think I'm flip-flopping around, but I'm not. I'm trying to lay this out in, by helping you connect the dots by what is happening and what's going to come first. Well, first, we're going to see the EBS. It's going to get, we're witnessing right now many, many stores, especially, like I said, in the malls or other places that are shutting down. Many banks are shutting down. Next will be schools. Next will be, it's just a whole meltdown system of the old paradox that is crashing. And it'll get to a point where, President Trump will call an EBS, or it will be done by the Earth Alliance. And this notice that comes out through the EBS will be announced worldwide. And there will be, planes will be grounded and, whatever else has to be done. And then there will be a short period of time where everything shuts down and everybody has to stay inside. And that will allow them to do whatever they have to do to get this thing kickstarted into the new Great Awakening. I hope everybody understands this. So, when we do hit this, do not fear, because we are only blacking out everything so we can get it restarted. And like I had explained before, there's a lot of people that are asking a lot of repeat questions to me, and it's getting very frustrating because you're not watching my older videos. Now, I'm doing my best, keeping my videos up to date, but of course, I'm being attacked by the old paradox matrix system, and my truther videos are being shut down, and my phones are being attacked with viruses and everything else. So it's hard to, put into play. Now, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. And like I said, there's many, many wonderful things coming. We have, 65 to 7,000 new technologies that, started with the days of the Tartarian days, on all the technologies that they had through the Tesla days, on what he had developed, and all that's coming. Okay, not to mention what has been given to us by the galactic brothers and sisters. Again, those med beds will be coming out. That's part of the new technology system that's going to be coming out. And of course, the financial system. So, once all this gets coming into play, this will prove to everybody, and, once it starts up, it will prove to everybody that we have broken the old cabal's back. And they do not have much left. And what Trump's trying to do is just basically clean up all the drug traffickers and the kingpins and cartels, which will be coming to Canada and eventually to the rest of the Western societies, which is England, France, Germany, whatever. They will go in there and clean them up if they're not there already. So we just, as people of this sovereign land, we have to stay out of the way and know what is exactly happening, so you can explain to the people that aren't listening, so they don't get physically mentally hurt as much as they need to wake up, but we don't need to mentally hurt them. So anyways, all that being said, I hope this video is clarification enough for everybody to understand, and we will see you on the next one.